But of course, as Aisha started off by saying, it's been a historic week that we've come out of.
The week gone by, if you frankly ask me, so all shades of market action, euphoric high on Monday, panic low on Tuesday, uh, giant comeback by retail investors on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then a massive bout of short covering on Thursday and Friday. Bottom line here is that if you look at last week's price action, who would have thought when markets fell on Tuesday that we would be anywhere close to a new high? And yes, ladies and gentlemen, last Friday Indian markets have made a new all-time high. The week gone by, I'm talking about a week gone by, Nifty, the small cap, the mid cap, all indices actually made a new all-time high. Now, where do we go from here? We'll talk about it extensively. But I just want to make one simple point here. Even though the markets are at an all-time high, there seems to be a distinct shift in the composition of the stocks. Big movers last week, it include names from, in BSE 500, Amra Raja, Mastec, Avanti Feeds, IFL Finance. Similarly, if you look at Nifty 50, well, the big movers were HUL, Britannia, very distinctly different names. So last week, even though markets made a new all-time high, it was not capex, it was not PSUs. The contribution actually was very different. So that's point number one. Point number one is, have markets now settled? Markets panicked because they were concerned on continuity. Now, the obvious is true, which is it is going to be Modi 3.0, reform process will continue, 100-day agenda will occupy center stage. So last week, markets got panicked, they voted for continuity. Now will it be back to business, or the leadership or the composition in the market will change? I think that's the most important question which we need to now ponder over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And soon we'll know who's going to be heading which ministry. And I think that's a bigger cue that the market is waiting for, right? Who gets defense, who gets railways, finance, all of it.
Yeah, I mean, markets would, so from the election verdict to the swearing in ceremony, now composition of the portfolio. What have markets voted for? Markets have simply voted for, and why have markets made a comeback? Markets have voted for continuity. Markets are excited that the economic fundamentals are strong. Markets continue to believe that the reform process will continue. In that, now the narrative will be centered around the 100-day agenda of the government and the faces of the cabinet, the key cabinet berths. And that, in a sense, really would be the next big cue for the market, that in areas like defense, manufacturing, tech, infra, finance, who would be our new ministers and how exactly the reform process will continue. So I think not only you will get to know our new ministers today who would be occupying, who now in a sense would be in charge of different ministries, markets also would be focusing on the 100-day agenda and how that in a sense is just going to be now more and more unveiled going forward. So these are two things which I think in the near term from a market standpoint would be important.
Absolutely. Given that there's not a whole lot by way of cues. I mean, yes, you've got the FOMC rate decision and no one's anticipating any, move in terms of a rate cut. So let's see which way the dot plot actually heads. What the commentary, of course, is going to be important from the Fed. Back home, of course, you've got an IPO. You've got a bunch of important investor meets lined up. You've got the CPI data, AMFI data. And yes, more importantly, monsoon has already arrived in Maharashtra.
Well, in Mumbai, if you don't have umbrellas, get them out.
Yeah.
And it's that time when you say, okay, thank God it's raining. And then soon we will say, oh my God, why it's raining. But right now, thank God it's raining.
Rather, it's raining too much.
Right now we are, it's always nice to see when it's monsoon and the first shower, and when you're indoors right now, all of us are, first watching in the, swearing in ceremony, after that the India-Pakistan match. So yeah, yesterday you were indoors, you did not feel the shower, but Mumbai being Mumbai, When it rains, it pours. So what? It's day 1 or day 2, roads will get jammed, and that's typical Mumbai monsoon for you.
And
It's
what
time
a
to
win
say,
for India as
Yeah.
well. I mean, talking about the rains, quite the last minute action and quite a nail biting moment. But yeah, we finally made it.
Yeah, we won. That's it. It's
Yeah.
like what matters is that we've defeated Pakistan yesterday, and we're off to a good start.
In New York.
Exactly.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.